Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm back. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Thank you for being patient. I took a little technology break to just catch up with things and sort of just release some stuff off my plate. But I wanted to get this video to you before I posted any other videos while the topic's still hot. I feel like you guys have asked a lot of really good questions about minimalism, floor sleeping, etc., etc. So I really wanted to go kind of from back to front and answer some of these questions. Even though I tried to type to you guys in the comments below, I just want this to be available for everybody to have the information right here. So let's get started. I'm going to start with how we sleep on the floor, our minimalist floor bed setup. So with the floor bed, a couple of you guys have been asking a lot if sleeping on the floor makes intimate moments painful. And I just love how open you guys are and just curious and authentically interested. I'm going to say no, not for me. Now, I am a lot like not as curvy as some people. Like I'm just kind of flat and straight lines, so that might help me. But I also like being creative, so it doesn't really always have to be on the floor, if you know what I mean. And at the same time, if you don't have a bed, you're kind of forced to be creative, or you can use pillows or just change things up. So for us, we haven't really had a problem with being intimate on the floor. So another person asked the possible toxicity of a conventional mattress. I kind of mentioned it just afterthought, and potentially harmful chemicals. And she was wondering if there was any way that the chemicals in the floor is of concern to us. I'm sure that chemicals in the carpet and whatever they might have cleaned the carpet with previous to us are toxic and not good for us. And it's just one of those unfortunate things where we live in a world we can't really avoid being exposed to those things. And I like to say that my really thick quilt that I get makes me feel better because I can wash it and I don't have to absorb all of that. But I honestly don't know if it makes a difference. I just try to stay really positive and really aware and believe that every little thing that I do, without being overly stressed or too concerned about it, but the things that I contribute positively into my life add that value right back. So the next question is, do pillows make a difference? Is it better to buy more expensive or cheaper versions of pillows? I think it makes a personal difference for myself. If you're using pillows as kind of your support system in replacement of a mattress, then you don't want to go with the cheap ones. I've noticed that cheap ones just flatten out right away. They don't last very long and you end up spending more money anyways. So I like buying bamboo, organic pillows, memory foam. Those are the kind of pillows I like to purchase. And then I've also mentioned for the neck pillows, if you can't find something as soft as I have a synthetic down that kind of just gets softer and more pliable over time. But if you can't find that, there's like buckwheat pillows, just the ones with like the beans, or like a neck roll type pillow that work really well as well. The next question we have is sleeping on a hardwood floor. When we first started sleeping on a hardwood floor, we had to get like a 2 or 3 inch memory foam pad. That's what we started out with. It's just what made it easier to transition, and it still felt like, wow, are we really going to be able to do this? As time went on, we found ourselves in a situation where we were on actually a tile floor, and what we did was bought an extra scrap piece of carpet from Home Depot, placed that down, no padding in between the tile. It was just like a little scrap piece of carpet, and we put our quilt on top of that and slept there just fine. A couple questions on training yourself to sleep on your back, because I was originally a side/belly sleeper. And then also somebody asking whether or not I have numbing of arms or limbs when I'm sleeping on the ground. So first question, I train myself to sleep on my back by simply just sleeping on my back. And it just started with ground sleeping. It was just more comfortable, and I kind of trusted the process and really wanted to see if it would be better. I got in a car injury when I was younger, and it's been like almost 10 years now, and I've suffered from severe neck and back issues since then, and floor sleeping has really helped improve it. And so in my research, I heard that it helped align the spine, etc., etc. And so I really just want to give it a good try. And so that's what I did. I slept on my back, used the towel rolling methods, and just stuck it out for a good month before I really was able to see that it was something that I appreciated. As far as numbing arms and limbs, I did have this right shoulder of mine has a tendency to be so. And from my experience as a fitness trainer, oftentimes this happens because there's scar tissue or there is inflamed muscles or joints that are out of placement or alignment, lack of flexibility, so there's not a lot of fluid or blood that's able to get in there. And for me, I've been able to solve that problem by just doing yoga and getting kind of deep tissue massage therapy. I like using foam rollers, my husband, or a massage therapist to kind of break up any of the scar tissue that could be blocking the way or keeping my arm from being as mobile or flexible. So doing those things in combination really helped reduce the problem and eventually fix the problem. But you have to be really consistent about it and stay on top of it. A lot of you guys are asking if cold weather makes a difference. It absolutely does. When the weather is cold, I change my blanket setup by simply adding a fleece blanket in between the quilt and my body. The fleece blankets are really inexpensive and effective and super soft and comfy. And what I found is just having a fleece blanket doesn't really work for me because I get cold easily, but I have to have some sheet or quilt on top to sort of insulate the heat right in. So moving on to the video, why we sleep on the floor, I have a lot of great questions here. A lot of you guys brought up the issue of pests like spiders, centipedes, cockroaches, etc. And that one is a really hard one. I really can't say I have a good solution for you. I know when we first moved here to the Big Island, we were in a house where there were cockroaches and centipedes all over the place, and we chose to sleep on the bed that was available, despite the fact that we could have had it moved or removed from our room. So you're just gonna have to decide on that one on your own. Another great question on the video, My World Crumbles, the price of money, is do I feel like it's enough to live in Hawaii and be a minimalist, or do we feel like we need to keep moving around and experiencing new things in order to sort of enjoy life? And I think the truth of the matter is that if you look at life as not the same, that it's ever changing, it's always growing and new things are happening, whether they're new people moving into town or you're growing as an individual or new opportunities come around or whatever it is that you are experiencing on a daily basis is never the same. Like, we get stuck in this idea thinking that it is the same, and if I don't do anything, everything stays the same and it doesn't change. But the truth is, it's going to change, and even our memories in our mind evolve over time as we grow and replay them in our minds. The stories always slightly change. So I think yes, the answer is yes, it is possible that you can live in Hawaii or wherever you are, be a minimalist, and be completely fulfilled by life. That's the whole point of minimalism. It's to just be aware, be conscious. And to be quite honest, I don't like all these labels. I think it's really awesome that people can identify what that means in totality to them and seek to certain definitions or different ways of approaching it or ideas about it. But it is no one said idea or theory. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So the idea of minimalism behind it, and at least what we practice here and what we're trying to share with you guys, is that you are trying to remove any excess things in your life. It doesn't just have to be stuff. We start with stuff because it's tangible and it's easy to do, but excess friends, events, things you participate in, things you think about, what you say, what you do, what you watch on TV, what you listen to, in your headphones, those things, if they're not contributing or adding value to your life, then it might be time to rethink why you are keeping them in your life rather than removing them and doing something different that adds value to your life. So minimalism isn't about owning nothing. It could literally mean that what adds value to my life is camera equipment and talking to you guys here. But for somebody else, it might be owning a sewing machine and having different kinds of fabric and cloth and fibers. For some of you guys, you're not gonna like living in Hawaii. I mean, believe it or not, there are people who move here and absolutely don't like it here. So that might not be valuable to you. And so what adds value, or what is the end result of your journey in minimalism, is really between you and you. Only you can know that. Only you can know if you're being truly honest with yourself. And the idea is pursuing that personal journey to find yourself in a place where you're living a deeper, more meaningful life. That is really the end basis of it all. And so with that being said, because I don't want this video to carry on too long, if you have more questions or I've missed it, please put them in the comments below. I will do my very best to answer every single one of them. And then yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Keep it rolling. I love these conversations. I love connecting with you guys on a higher, more conscious level, and I love the openness of conversations and the sharing of experiences. It's absolutely wonderful, and I thank you guys so very much for being here. This is so exciting, and let's just keep the ball rolling, guys. Let's spread more positive love and energy out there. My mantra lately has been contribute to high vibes. Like anything I say, think, or do, contribute to high vibes. I'm not perfect at it, but it's in essence, which wolf do you feed? So let's roll with that today. Meditate, marinate on that, whatever you do, it is that you do. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next video.